Alright, people. I'm gonna be doing a different type of breakdown. Like the type of breakdown I'm gonna be doing is like what I think every scene mean and like what's going on in every scene and like what I think we gonna be at in every scene when we play the game. This scene right here, I think Rockstar got it just because it was like the very first scene and like an opening scene. So I think they just wanted to show off the scenery and stuff like that. So with that being said, like I don't really think I think just an opening scene, but at the same time I think like the characters Lucia in jail and Jason surprised somewhere on Leonardo Keys somewhere, like you know what I'm saying. I think that's what's going on during
Lucia,
those photos.
do you know why you're
I
here?
believe this
Bad
the
luck, I
second
guess.
time Lucia went to
Lucia,
jail because on the first
do you
picture
know
she
why you're
looked kind
here?
of
Bad
young.
luck, I
I'm gonna
guess.
show you that picture
Lucia,
afterwards. But
do
I
you know
think
why
this
you're
like the
here?
second
Bad
time
luck,
she
I
went to
guess.
jail, like
Lucia,
around the heist and stuff
do
like
you
that
know why
when
you're
they
here?
started doing the
Bad
heist,
luck,
and
I
that's
guess.
why she said
Lucia,
her getting
do you
caught
know
is
why you're
bad
here?
luck she
Bad luck, I
gets. You know what
guess.
I'm saying? You can see from this picture, Lucille look a lot younger, and it looked like, you know what I'm saying, when you first start playing the game as Lucille, part of the storyline, you know what I'm saying? You see, it looked like she's getting a little bit older on this picture, and it's just probably after she done got out, especially this in Vice City. You see how much older she looked within this picture, like, you know what I'm saying? She looked older within this picture also. Looks like an aging system, because this looked like when she, between when she was in jail and when she had first got out. This is great scenery, but I actually think this like a little bit into the game. Like once you get to Vice City and stuff like that, this is like a little bit once the game start opening up. But I don't know if this exact scene gonna open like this. It may be like Rockstar editor. This is some more scenery, but I think this boat ride is actually a part of a mission. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the Evergrade boat ride. I think that's a part of the mission that you saw. Jason was doing like was on the boat ride with Brian them and stuff like that. So that could be very well part of that mission or whatever. I really think this like one of the most important parts of the first trailer. It's like showing stuff you'll be able to do inside of like the vehicle. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might get to play as both Jason and Lucia, so it's like you probably be able to switch between them instantaneously. And this look like a mission also. So like missions where they have you switch characters between Franklin, Mike, you know what I'm saying? It's probably be switching between Jason and Lucia as she drive as Jason drive and Lucia do car poses and stuff like that. One last thing, if you into the role play, I think you will be able to do stuff like this, like even for like online characters, like you'll be able to get people to do photo shoots and stuff like that for you. You'll probably be able to do all that. Besides the opening, this like the next most important part of the scene, like, you know what I'm saying, it shows scenery, it shows characters, it shows people like that's gonna be involved in the storyline, it shows the club and stuff like that. It shows some more scenery like islands and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Scenery, what I mean is like the club, you know what I'm saying, the night scene before the club and stuff like this scene right here, that's what I mean by scenery the first time, but like they also show like some scenes, like the overview from the islands right there and stuff like that. So they got two types of scenery right there. A lot of people say that ain't Lucille. Like if she ain't got a twin, that gotta be Lucille, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Cause the girl she was fighting with on her little airplane in the second track also looked like her, but you know what I'm saying? That gotta be Lucille once she can start getting her edits, you know what I'm saying, fancy clothing and stuff like that. She more into her mode. This clip is all for like the social media fans who waiting for like the social media, the Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, whatever social media platform is actually resemble, which it looked like Instagram, you know what I'm saying? They on Instagram live or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching a lot of GTRP and a lot of that social media be wrapped around either Instagram or Twitter, like, you know what I'm saying, even TikTok, like, you know what I'm saying? It could be TikTok, you know what I'm saying? It could be either one of those three, like, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's one of the main three social medias they be working with on the GTARP. You know what I'm saying? They know a lot of people been waiting for, like, you know what I'm saying, want an actual game where they can do some stuff like this, you know what I'm saying? I even worked on a game where you can do social media stuff, you know what I'm saying, before I even knew GTA was going this route. So I can't wait. My character social media gonna be info K Rock, you know what I'm saying? So then add my person once you get online. This part confirmed robbery and heist, but not only that, I think they're gonna be taking it to a whole nother level, a huger scale with the robberies and the heist. You know what I'm saying? From the commands and how you can stick people up and stuff like that. It's gonna be like borderline realism, like, you know what I'm saying? But you see they had a whole lot of other stuff going on from like the newscasting, like, you know what I'm saying? I think they're gonna advance that, like, you know what I'm saying, but you're gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be about the same though. Like the TV, you know what I'm saying, you can get on there and watch TV and all this type of shit, you know what I'm saying? The high rollers and shit, you can tell they gonna play a big part in the storyline, probably into the robberies, but you know what I'm saying? More social media. But the second trailer opened up with some scenery and let you see around the keys and stuff like that, and it show you Brian and Jason and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I think this like after, like, you know what I'm saying, the first start off, it probably be like a before and after thing. Like it got an introduction start off and like Lucia in jail, like, you know what I'm saying, after that first little mission and show you what happened and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And Jason like left, like, you know what I'm saying, he went to Leonardo Keys, you know what I'm saying, to avoid probably like police harassing and trying to look for him and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He do little missions for Brian now, like, you know what I'm saying? What you see, Brian told him, you know what I'm saying, he got to go collect checks with paying tenants, which mean, like, you know what I'm saying, the dude that he was enforcing and taking the money from is probably not the person he was supposed to go collect the checks from. It's more some extortion, like. This actually just shows how realistic the map. You see Southwest 9th Ave, like they really got street names. That's how the street names is really out there in Florida and like that part of Miami and stuff like that. So it's gonna give you a good scale, like the map of how it really is and stuff like that. So that should be fun enough, like, you know what I'm saying. And this was also I wanted to tap in. You see Jason working out in the first pictures when, you know what I'm saying, he was kind of slimmer, like, you know what I'm saying. So this could just mean, like, you know what I'm saying, these games be free roam. What I'm trying to say, like, you know what I'm saying. And he probably be that buff on the cutscene on here because they working out with him, like, you know what I'm saying. But you probably don't have to work out as much, and like you probably don't be out to be that buff during that part of the cutscene.
I'm here for Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
I seen you here before.
You might have. Hey.
Hey.
Alright, I want y'all to kind of like pay attention. That's why I left that scene like untouched and I'm about to tap into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could have probably met, you know what I'm saying? Jason's probably not a rat or nothing like that, but he probably done been either to the jail or he probably, some reason he was around there and it probably done ran his name or whatever. But I don't think he's necessarily a rat. You can see they cutting the scene themselves to after this part. He already meet Lucille, which it look like they ain't seen each other in a long time, which brings back, you know what I'm saying, to that first part I said when it looked like she was younger when she first went to jail, and when she finally got out of jail, she was a little bit older. This scene just shows like them getting back comfortable with each other and stuff like that, getting into the heist and stuff like that, some love story and stuff, like just showing you how interacting with Jason and Lucia gonna be throughout the game. You know what I'm saying? Either they love, compassionate, they on some heist and trying to get some money type shit. You know what I'm saying? Just the normal. This is just like what their relationship gonna be, chill, jokes and stuff like that, having fun. I think these is listing some of the side activities, like, you know what I'm saying, drug smuggling, like, you know what I'm saying, and like community service. I think like they gonna have implement a jail system and some type of, you know what I'm saying, consequences for just breaking the laws and being a maniac. This also showing some of the game yachts, you know what I'm saying, them dancing and stuff like that. Stuff, you know what I'm saying, as you progress through the game with stuff you're gonna be able to do, make decisions during missions and stuff like that. I think all that is gonna play a part, you know what I'm saying? Like the trailers is heavily cryptic for, like, you know, people to decode it. I think this just basically what it's gonna be like once you move to Vice City, you know what I'm saying? Crime, drugs, and like, you know what I'm saying, the storyline really kicks in, you know what I'm saying, once you get to Vice City and stuff like that. But at the end of this clip, you can see like Jason look younger at the end of the clip, like, you know what I'm saying, instead of like an older version. So that could be like when he was young, when Lucille first went to jail. I don't see Jason resemblance in the dude, but I'ma tap in on this photo. I think this is just like gonna show how crooked the police is in Vice City and stuff. I think they really involved in the drug running and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I left this in because I know a lot of people wanted to know, like, one in general want to see the first, like, how the guns were shooting and stuff like that. And for me, it's a 10 out of 10, a 9 out of 10. I love it. It got this realistic feel, and it look like it's gonna have its like a little game type of fire and stuff like that. This next scene mainly shows action, like how the gameplay gonna be between the fighting and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It shows using environments for fighting styles. Besides, it shows Lucille know like some type of kickboxing or something, so he probably be able to switch fighting styles like San Andreas or something. I was thinking they was looking at a part of the mission, like, you know what I'm saying, but I think they looking at one of them girls twerking on the video or something like that. I honestly was thinking Lucille was the buff chick. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, like, you know what I'm saying? She like, you know what I'm saying? It's like more like you can work out in the game. Like she working as a you know what I'm saying, a flight attendant. Like, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's part of the mission, I don't really think Lucille gonna be working as a flight attendant. I think the job really gonna be like fast food restaurant. Like, you know what I'm saying? Half the jobs you probably seen from like store robberies and stuff you can do, like, you know what I'm saying? But this definitely into like the missions once you get to Miami and stuff like that, or Vice City and stuff. Like you can see the overhead lines and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But this just the feel of this mission feel far into the game, like real far. You can see what I'm talking about, like, you know what I'm saying, how far like the robbery and like, you know what I'm saying, heist has gone. Like you could be probably rob like little small, you know what I'm saying, ATMs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? More love scenes, like just getting the Vice City, you know what I'm saying, the party scene and stuff like that. Some more scenes showing stuff you'll be able to get, the gun stores and stuff like that. They bouncing around everywhere from the beginning, in the middle of the game and stuff like that. It's like some more everglades and like scenery and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, right here, that first mission look like it's from like what a plane thing was. Lucia and that girl was fighting on the plane to like back to the hotel, and that part scene like.
Hey, if you got friends, can you hook me up, please?